I had my guy Stewie pop up on me. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on.
Stu.
You say
Not
Stewie.
Stewie, my
I'm
bad.
not a cartoon
That's
character. You know
disrespectful.
what I mean? Like,
So let me start over.
Nah, you good.
So I had my guy Stu pop up on me, man. We just talking about creatives. We talking about photography, videography, and just pure business. We both are veterans as well, so I want to welcome you to the show, man.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate you showing up.
Thanks for having me, brother.
Yeah, sir. Man, this is actually his show, so this will be broadcasting on his channel, and man, tag me in it.
Yeah,
we got this customary toast we do here in Legacy Studio. Never above you, never below you, but always by your side.
Yeah, man. Bet. I like that.
For sure.
That's what's up, man. But even that toast said a lot about never being above you. I ain't never below you. I'm always with you. And I think that goes to the creative space a lot. That should be almost like the toast of the creative space, bro, because it's so much catfighting and crumb snatching going on out here in the creative space, man. Like if I charge 100, you want to charge 75 just to cut me. You know what I mean? But and then with more people, we're just gonna get right into it, man, because I fight this all the time, especially here being a new creator here, and I'm learning, and I ask people what their prices are just out of curiosity. And everybody crumb snatching, man, and it's why are you so low, bro? Oh, well, you know, this not really my thing. I got a main gig. I kind of do this on the side. Okay, dude, gal, you taking food out of a lot of people's mouths. All of y'all that's charging that, because it's more of y'all charging that $100, $200 range. So now you guys have become the median market for this area. So anybody looking to charge over $200 or $300 is looked at as like, bro, what the fuck you doing? Ain't nobody paying that here.
Right.
Y'all just want tequila and beer money, man.
Right.
And I got to pay a mortgage, insurance, child support. You know what I mean?
So
like,
you taking out the miles of the people that's actually using this as their main source of income, and that's sad because now when you're looking up online, the median income for these different photographers, videographers, whatever, it's not reflecting what it should, because there are people out here that are going, they're taking courses, they're learning, they're buying equipment, they're investing into their craft. And just for you to turn around and undercut them just to get the gig so you can have a couple dollars for gas. So it's just not cool, man.
So based on this setup, man, y'all got to come in here and see this shit, bro. Like, I still ain't seen everything, and I've been in here almost an hour. Just for him to turn the lights on probably going to cost you $30. So for somebody that wants you to do something for 100, like, there's no profit in that. Where's the profit margin, right? Like, you can't sustain that. Now, it's cool if you just getting started. You're just trying to get a lot of work out there in front of people's eyes. That's cool. But to sustain that, bro, at some point, you got to elevate. And I've had a couple walkie-talkies where I try to tell people, like, bro, it's cool to start there. But at some point, you got to elevate and get out of that, because you can't, like, I had a couple people tell me, bro, charging that is cool. Charging that is cool. I hope the audio don't. But charging that is cool. But in order to make what you told me what your number is for a month, you got to do that 20 times. Versus why not just be able to do that 2 or 3 times to get to your market? Now, you may have to find those people that's going to value you there at that price point. But you got to be able to charge more than that, because they was like, bro, I'm looking at your work, and there's no way in hell you should be charging that. You are not a pop-up photographer. The quality of the shit that you spitting out and showing the world, somebody gonna have to learn that.
But even they'll go. But see, that's the thing is they'll spit in your face. They'll try to bargain and reason with you, right, for your prices. But then they'll go to like a little cheap pop-up at like Walmart or something for their family photos.
And never ask for
a discount. Not for no discount. And they're going to pay the $250, $350 or whatever they're asking, which is still low price, but it is actually fair for the type of quality they're putting out.
But it's Walmart.
It's Walmart. It's fair for the type of quality they put
And
out.
so I posted something the other day, a video of like, it was a clip of this dude in like a 1950 era. It was a black dude shopping and his wife was shopping with him. And the dude was like, how to sell to the Negro.
Oh, whoa, whoa.
Yeah. Dig this. He's like, the Negro has been sold so much bottom barrel, crummy quality, whatever stuff that they are now, when they get a little bit of money, they are now looking to buy brands. If it don't have a name on it, they don't want it, right? And it says like they're looking to now impress their friends with names and brands and logos and this and that. That's why we buy the Nike. We won't buy nothing that don't have that check on it, because when someone sees that check, they identify it. Oh, them Nikes. Oh, that boy got Nikes on. Versus, oh, he got some dope ass shoes on.
Right.
Who give a fuck about the brand? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I still say that today. Like, you take the logo off of a Nike, you take the label off a Hennessy bottle, we ain't buying it, bro. It could taste just, it could be Hennessy, it could be a Nike, but we ain't buying it or wearing it because it don't have that logo on it no more. I think that's sad. That's why a lot of my style is just stuff.
Yeah, you just buy what looks good.
I just
Most of the
buy
time,
what's
me too.
comfortable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. What looks good and comfortable.
Right.
Right. But yeah, man, I agree with you, man. And then that's the thing. That's the thing with society, as far as, especially with our communities, like we don't know how to tap into that, and that's kind of part of what ties back to what we started talking about in the beginning, is knowing your value. You know what I'm saying? And I think we do that stuff because we don't understand our value. We would take that same, I guess, what's the word for it? That same, what do you call that when you just so consistent? Discipline.
Mm-hmm.
It's a weird discipline, but it's a discipline. When they see that Nike check, whatever, if we can use that same discipline on our own endeavors, then man, we can actually start to actually build something in this country.
But we gotta never be above, never below, and I'm with you. That's the problem, right? Like I'm a member of a few groups on Facebook because I just throw working at a market, and it'd be a lot of fighting, man. And it's a group where it's us, and jokers being there fighting and cutting prices and mad over this and that. This motherfucker robbed me. I paid for this, and they didn't even deliver the product, and they took off with my money. They took off with my merchandise, and it's like, why we do that to each other, man? Why we do that to each other? People want to ask me to come out and shoot at the event for free, and I just ask a couple simple questions, and they be like, "No." I'm like, "Okay, well, I can't do that either." You know what I mean? So it's
okay, cool. I'm glad you brought that up.
It's to the point where when you do start to value yourself, the people around you, like, I love what you do, bro, but I know you.
And that's crazy. But they may know me as a person. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? That gets a lot of, if we close, that gets a lot of weight with me. But not when it comes to what I'm doing for a living. Like, you're not going to go anywhere else ask for a discount.
Right.
Respect my prices. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And don't lead with, I have so many people hit me up in barbering and videography, whatever, man, where they reach out for something for free, like you was talking about. I just shot a gig for, I did like a demo gig for a gym that's trying to hire me on, right? And they send me an offer, whatever. Her offer looks good. So I said, look, I'm gonna do three video, a demo for you. Sometimes you have to do them. But in this case, you know, everybody that was involved in the event, the talent, the people that they flew out to be, you know, instructors for the event, they was hitting me up, you know, hey, let me get your number after the event. Hey, could you send me that footage? It don't work like that, man.
No, brother.
It don't work like that. Y'all came here, you wouldn't have got on that plane and came out to El Paso and taught for free and been, you know, and just been a part of the event. Everybody here is trying to make a living. So you got to respect, you got to come from the position of respect of saying, hey, you know what? First and foremost, hey, brother, what do you need for me to get that footage from you? That's very simple.
Right.
It's very simple.
Bro, that shit goes
and guess
so
what?
far.
And for me, I respect that so much that I'm going to probably, you know what I'm saying? I'm
extra.
probably gonna,
Extra. I'm
going, instead of giving you,
let's talk about it.
Instead of just picking out the few clips that like pertains to you, you may want some B-roll footage of the gym and shit like that. Like I may send you the whole file versus sending you a little piece of it.
Boy,
hey, 3-4 clips and charging you whatever I'm gonna charge you. But
Man.
now, first of all, too, is you can't do that. Like if you know you got hired on from a company that came to bring you out, then you know I can't give you the footage to begin with. I have to get them with what I'm contracted to give them first, and then I have to ask if it's okay. If they say nah, they say no, I can't. You know, like we ain't cool with you charging our guests. Now I'm in between a rock and a hard space because I can't give it to you necessarily for free, especially if you came, you know, messed up from the beginning. Like you have to be able to understand that everybody. If you see somebody with a camera, then there's money associated.
Thank you. And
that he had to invest to use that camera. He had to invest in his craft to get skilled enough to be able to take the right photos, the lighting, and all that stuff. And that is valuable. So you have to not be disrespectful to be able to say, you know what, let me go ahead and come right the first time. And coming right is by acknowledging that, you know, that has value. And if you don't learn nothing else from this goddamn sit down right here, is you need to be able to say, you know what, I have to respect that I don't know how to use a camera. I gotta respect that I don't know how to shoot a video or shoot photos or whatnot.
And cell phones don't count.
Cell phones don't count.
Cell phones don't count.
Everybody knows cell phone footage
don't
and pictures versus a camera of picture. Yeah. And some people are good enough to merge the two, but it's very rare. And they may be primarily doing just that. Yeah. But and I think their price should be a little bit lower. I mean, I hate to.
But that's what I say too. Like, it's cool to say, I'm just learning. This is my price. I'm not a professional. This is my price.
Yeah.
It's cool to do that, but don't put your prices where professionals are who have invested time and effort and skills and certifications and this and that.
Don't represent yourself as professional.
Say that. That should be part of your disclaimer when you even talk to a client like, yo, I'm just getting started. This is a hobby for me. So this is my price.
Yeah.
Right. You can probably go to another guy that's more professional than I am or more skilled than I am, and his price is going to be here, but understand that this is where I am.
And that's the thing is that whole information, that's the gap that's missing. That's why on my website, where I have my packages, if it's pertaining to videography and shit, like I place myself exactly where I'm at. I'm not a learner, beginner, solo creator. I'm more of an advanced.
I'm looking around. I'm like, well, shit.
I'm more of an advanced creator, right?
Yeah.
And you know, of course, I went to school for it and everything. And that don't mean everything, but you know that has some credence, right? But my prices, I place my prices. I place it right in the middle of the pricing of not only the United States and Texas and in El Paso, Texas, but also I give you all the price up under that. I say, hey, look, to hire. And that's the thing, especially with video, it's do you want a content employee or do you want a creative director?
Right.
All right. A content employee gonna come in and shoot. They're gonna be like, all right, what's next? What you want me to get? They're not gonna come with no ideas. They're not gonna innovate. They probably either one, don't have the creativity or the understanding to do it, or two, they know it, but you're not paying them enough to do it because you want to pay them as a content creator, as a content employee. All right, there's a big difference between a creative director. Creative director might not pick up a goddamn camera.
Yeah,
he may manage a team of individuals that can do different shit. That can shoot, that can edit, that can come in and script everything out. That may be able to do the storyboard, all the pre-production, post-production. Y'all don't know. There's a such thing as pre-production and post-production.
Yeah.
Even with photography, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So for me, man, like I can let you go on and on because I've been preaching the same stuff, the same rhetoric, the same values and just stuff that goes with being a creator. Someone would always tell me, bro, why you charging so much? We only shot an hour. Look, man, what you don't understand is to make that hour happen, as fluid as it happened,
right,
as well as it happened, as coordinated as it happened, what you don't know is when you told me what the location was that you wanted to go shoot at, I jumped in my car, burnt my gas, and went to the location to scout it out for the roundabout time that we shooting, so I know where the light is.
Pre-production.
I know where the light is. I know what backgrounds I want to use already. I know where I want you to stand. I know which way I want you to face already.
Yep.
I have this internal shot production in my head already.
Right.
I go home burning my gas again.
Yep.
Then I jump on an app that I pay for.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Let's talk about it.
Yep.
An app that I pay a monthly subscription for. I take stock images off the internet to create a mood board based on the images that you sent me of your somewhat inspiration. Then I build off of that. That's more time. That's more effort. That's 2 or 3 hours. And then I send it to you. I email it to you. Then I wait 5 or 6 hours to get a response from you.
If
that's
they
hours.
get back
That's
that
time.
fast.
Thank you. It may be 24 hours before they even get back to you. And then we shoot. That's an hour. Then I go home. That's another 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 24 hours of work that I put in to get you those images.
Right.
So you're not paying for that hour. You're paying
Yes.
for the experience, and you're paying for all the hours on the front end and the back end. Because once I shoot with you, your part is done, sweetheart. Like, you go home and you just...
Because that's all you see. You see the tip of the iceberg. You don't see the whole mountain underneath the water.
Let's not talk about it. Let's not talk about
So, and then that's another thing too, like...
You know what I mean?
But that's not even it. Like, some people, like, so let's just say let's say I get a contract for an artist that wants to shoot a music video. And he has this location where it's a mural on the background. Right? It's a mural behind him, and I want to shoot him with the mural. Do you think I freestyle that shit? No. I get on Google Earth. I use the feature to triangulate the sun so it hits not only him, but the background at the right angle, so I can get the most cinematic picture as possible, right? Image as possible. I mean, it's a lot of work that goes into pre-production, right? Like what Stu was talking about. And it's a lot of pre-production in general if you want a high level. Now, that's the thing is people know what they see, but they don't know why they like it. Right. Sometimes you have to...
Right,
yeah, sometimes you have to show them why your image is better and different from somebody else's, from an amateur's work.
That part.
Because there's a certain things that they don't know that us professionals know, right? And there's a big difference. It's like the difference between a lawnmower and a weed whacker or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that's why, honestly, bro, I don't showcase and talk about my equipment. Mm-hmm. I don't, because I use very high-end equipment, right? Like, I don't showcase it. I don't talk about it. I don't make all these branded and sponsored videos talking about it. Talking about this episode is now sponsored by KH.
Oh, we got to change that.
Yeah, we gonna change it, but at the same time, I don't do it because as soon as I do it, my effort gets discredited.
What you mean?
Your images are dope because of your equipment.
That's part of it.
You know what I mean? Oh no, that's why your image is so good.
I mean, that's a misconception.
It is.
But hold on. But here's another perspective.
Talk to me. Come on.
Is that you have to be a subject matter expert in your niche, and the only way you can do that is by explaining what you use, why you use it, and X, Y, Z, and what equipment did you have, and all that. That should be a part of as a creator. And I'm not talking about just you, Stu. But anybody that's watching, if you're a creative and you have that mindset that like, hey, you know what? I'm not gonna shoot content around what I know because I feel like people may use that to discredit me, saying, oh, it's because he has the top of the line equipment. It's not that. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of creatives that can do stuff with far less than what me and Stu use, right? But the whole thing is, as far as if you being a creator and letting people know, hey, look, this is what I do and this is how I do it. A part of that is people that seeing that content and saying, you know what, I'm gonna rock with him. He seems like he know what the fuck he talking about. And you have to do that type of content.
Yeah, but for me, I come in here and I'm like, man, this dude got everywhere. My shit is simple. Give me a good window. Now little at the end of the day, I will expound and I will get better.
Pull that, show them the camera again.
What, man?
Man, I mean, that's a little shooter, right? But that joint, I could tell. It got what's like a panoramic. No, not a
No,
panoramic.
this is like an MC. This is a film camera, man.
Yeah,
I
that's
left
a
my other
film
shit at the
camera.
crib.
So you know what I'm saying? Like, no, like the real professionals know what to use and how to use it.
Right.
Ain't no amateur got the money. To be honest with you, ain't no amateur is gonna go. I mean, here's another switch. The other side of that perspective is as an amateur is not gonna spend and invest the money into equipment that they can't use.
Damn, bar.
So
yeah.
So if like I got a Sony FX6 in the house, that's a $7,000 camera.
Yeah.
Without the lens. Just
right. Oh,
flat.
Trust me. I'm
just
in there with a film camera. My film. You
know.
Trust me. I know.
So you already know, and that's the thing, and so that's another thing that people they may think that like subconsciously that they don't outright understand. So they'll see you and that's why some people try to beat the net. So the few people that got the money to spend and look like they hot stuff and shit like that, they'll spend the money so they can get that quick, you know what I'm saying? People thinking they know what the hell they doing. I pull up with all this high speed equipment. I'm gonna okie doke their ass, and I'm gonna get them. And then when they get the material back, the deliverables back, it's trash. And that's gonna burn. That's gonna make them more. If anything, that's gonna make it easier for guys like us to know what the hell we doing.
So I say this all the time, and there's no. Please do not take this the wrong way. Please don't. But I know somebody will. Somebody will hit me in the comment. But I don't care. I'm built for it. That's why when I go downtown around the San Jacinto Plaza, the alligators, around about
everybody there down there,
graduation and prom, everybody rolling up with these little carts like they're going to a picnic. They got soft boxes, they got diffusers, they got flashes, they got C-stands, they got everything in this little cart and a camera around their neck. And I show up like this. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people, honestly, they think a lot of that equipment is some kind of badge of honor.
Yeah.
Like, I got $20,000 in this cart. But at the same time, but what your images look like?
Yeah.
What your images look like? That's I don't give what all this pre-shot production looks like. Once you hit that shutter button, what is the result? And to even add another layer to that, what's your interaction like, personality like with the client?
Yeah.
If the images are dope, but you a weirdo, they ain't coming back, bro.
What you mean by that?
There are some people that are so recluse and quiet and kind of just, they know their job, they know the equipment, they know lighting, they know settings, they know all this stuff, but they just not personable. Like, people really want to come back for the experience. F the photos. The photos are almost secondary to me when it comes down to a return client.
Right.
Like, if you sit me down in your barber chair, which I ain't had a haircut in 5 years, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You sit me down in your barber's chair, and we talking about life, we talking about kids, we talking about relationships, we talking about whatever. You cannot line me up the best, but I'm coming back to chop it up with you.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that.
You know what I mean? I'm coming back to chop it up.
But you're coming from a perspective of like, I honed my craft first. And like, to be honest, I feel like you should hone your craft first and then focus on the experience. But that's just me, my personal thing, because yeah, I mean, yes, you should develop your personal experience, your professional experience that you provide for your clients at the same time, but primarily you should focus on the skill set. If you sit in my chair, yeah, you might like my cut, but it just depends on the client you are. If you like one of them designer high Hollywood cuts, and you want to look like you're in Hollywood somewhere, then you might appreciate the experience, but like you still want that. You want the enhancements. You want your shit looking like a laser cut you.
Yeah,
it's a different. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. So, and that's the thing is like, I think both of them are highly valued skill sets, right? The skill of actually doing the work and then also providing the experience is just as important.
Correct.
Not like one or the other. I think they
I'm
go
not
in
saying
tandem.
one outweighs the other, but I still feel like, for me, I'll talk about my photography journey real quick. I didn't deem myself a professional, which means I am now charging a person money until year 3, 4.
We got the same thing going on.
So I went out and I beat the streets, right? I would sit around my house and take pictures of inanimate objects to get shit right. Take pictures of my kids, the dogs, whatever. You know what I mean? Street photography. That's where I learned lighting from, was beating the streets and street photography. So that's why I have a very desired personal preference for natural light photography, because I don't use, and I'm not used to using and seeing the effects of Godoxes and softboxes and grids and C-stands and flash and this and constant like gels. I'm not used to seeing that, so that's not particularly my aesthetic and my flavor, my style. And I'm not saying there's nothing against it at all, because I've seen people that produce bomb-ass work on both sides of the platform, whether it's lighting, production, or just natural light. You know what I mean? So I've seen it both ways, but before I decided to take somebody's money and have somebody invest in me versus I want to say take somebody's money, before I had someone invest in me, I wanted to make sure my shit was good.
Yeah, but that says the same thing, bro.
Yeah.
We just basically said the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I think we both agree that both are equally important.
Equally important.
But we both also agree that, like, based on our, like me, bro, I cut hair for a whole year and a half for free when I got out the military. I was raised in a barbershop. I've been cutting since 2008, 1998 is when I started cutting. I was 14 years old, cutting with my mama, right? I cut throughout the Army. When I got out the Army in 2014, I cut from 2014 to 2016 for free.
Now, why did you do that?
Because I wanted to make sure I knew what the hell I was doing. I wanted to be almost elite. That's the good thing about social media, is you can see a standard and you can kind of mirror it. Before social media, you had to either be around the coldest dude in the shop, or you had to just be born naturally gifted.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And so I did that with barbering to get my skill set up. I was already good, but I became almost great before I started cutting and charging. And then same thing for videography, right? And now I'm a cinematographer, right? And that's the difference. But I started producing my own projects from 2017 into 2023.
Right.
Mostly free, to make sure I knew what the hell I was doing.
So let's pivot. Let's kind of go back.
Yeah.
You said something that I've kind of been tap dancing around with, and especially when it comes to me.
Yeah.
Some people got it, some people don't. Do you feel like every creator can be a great creator from learned and experience and certifications and classes and courses? Or do you feel like some people just have that they got it naturally?
Yeah.
Do you feel like there are some natural born guys, and then there are some people that gain that experience through certifications and education?
I mean, I think it's both. I think it's some people that's naturally talented. They're just born with it. I know, for example, I know a buddy here. His name is Oscar. Really, really talented guy. I went to barber college with him. Very talented, man. And he just has it. Like he's able to take a picture and draw the picture on somebody's head. You know what I'm saying? Wow. He just has that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the same time, you ask him, like now, he does regular haircuts like great too if he wants to do it. Sometimes the difference between being like, sometimes you're born good or great or close to great, but greatness it depends on the amount of work you're willing to put in to access that higher plane. You can't. I'm sorry. I don't think you can be born great. I think you can be born good, naturally talented.
There we go.
But the thing that makes you great is the work that you're willing to put in to get there.
Yeah, you
Right?
still got to hone that skill. Even
yeah,
if you're naturally talented, it takes some reps.
Yeah. You have to put
takes
the
some
reps
reps.
in, and you have to be dedicated to it. You have to put a
Yeah.
certain amount of hours in on it, developing it, nurturing it, for it to be something that is going to transpire and transgress into something that you can say, you know what, I'm great, and the other people hold me here because of the work that I put out.
Yeah.
And, you know, that go for Kobe, that go for anybody that, you know, that's really put in that work, shooting in the gym, so to speak.
But do you feel like, I feel like, to some extent, with depending on who you're talking to and talking with, that person that's naturally gifted gets under the skin of those people that don't have it yet because they still trying to learn it?
No, here's my message to the people that think that. We in 2025, if you're a photographer, then find the works of art that you like from photographers that you like and start to, I guess, create based on those, but put your own spin on it and do that shit consistently.
Yeah.
Because that ends up being your style. I learned that through barbering. I learned, hey, I like this type of fade, and I screenshot a lot of pictures and put them in this album, and I put them aside, and I just kept doing it. And anytime in the beginning, when somebody asked for a certain fade that I had never done or that I wasn't good at, I would pull that picture up. Hold on, give me a second, dress them up or whatever. Hey, give me a second, and I'd look at the picture and I'd model my cut off of them. After a while, I didn't have to pull that picture up no more. That just became the way I cut, and it became my style. That's the positive aspect of social media now.
Yes.
It don't matter if you're a videographer, photographer, barber, or any kind of creative out there. You have examples that you can emulate, but also put your own flavor on.
Yes.
And because if you just straight duplicate, then guess what? Your whole style is contingent on somebody else. So I implore you to not to do that, but to say, you know what? How can I make this my own? Because this is it's by nature a part of like what I like, what I see, what the things that I like to see myself.
Yeah.
So
for me, bro, like I am a YouTube learned, groomed connoisseur. Yes. I consume so much YouTube. If you look at my feed, my history on YouTube, photography, golf, photography. Like that's.
I'm looking for the bottom.
You put it over there somewhere.
Did
I think. I thought maybe.
Never mind.
Maybe that's a sign that you don't need.
I need
shit.
to quit. Yeah, I got you.
But it's noon, y'all. So just want to let y'all know it's noon. But I learned so much off of YouTube and visually learning how to shoot. I watched this guy named Peter Coulson. Shout out to him, Peter Coulson. He's in Australia. Fashion, editorial style work. Black and white, strong contrasty work. Now, he works out of a studio with everything you can imagine you need as a photographer in this studio. I know I don't have that. I'm a natural light photographer. I use the sun. I use the free source. You know what I mean? But the reason I watch his work is to learn how he plays with light. And I try to emulate that, not copy it. I try to emulate that with the sun. How can I get that same look that he just got?
Hey, that's a skill set, yo. That's a skill right there.
How can I get it without using all of that? You know what I mean? Like, and that's where I go out and I.
So I know you hate the middle of the day.
I do. It's harsh. It's harsh. So I try to tell clients, like, yo, you got a 12-hour gap. You're gonna catch me 6 to 8 in the morning, and then 6 to 8 in the evening. I don't do nothing really too much between that. Because the light is too harsh. You know what I mean? Unless we indoors and we can find a lot of shade, or but it's that limits me. I understand that, and I hear people in my ear all the time, but you know, if you're doing natural light,
especially you're talking to a cinematographer.
But I don't do cinematography. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
So I'm not really
I respect it.
into that. I ain't saying I ain't into it, but that's not what I do. Because there's too many buttons and lights.
I'm definitely. Speaking of that,
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna reach out if I have like day scenes to say, hey, bro, like I need a space or a place where I can shoot, and like where I don't have to bring as much as equipment, maybe a reflector to bring the darkness, the shadows out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm definitely gonna keep that in mind
Yeah,
because
for
I know
sure.
you're a
Like,
specialist with that. That's what's up.
yeah.
And that's the thing, guys, is that like you can specialize and niche down on whatever it is that you specialize in. There's somebody that's looking for it.
Yes, but you have to market yourself there. I would rather much be. I knew coming here after doing market analysis. People don't see that. Market analysis. Who's doing what? How much are they charging? I didn't find very many, if any, other natural light photographers here in El Paso.
Mm.
Everybody has a studio. They're gonna show up with lights. They're gonna show up with strobes. They're gonna show up with boxes. They're gonna show up with diffusers. I don't show up with that. But that can almost come to my detriment because when you say you want to have a professional shoot, and I put that in quotations for a reason, we've talked about it, you expecting somebody to come in with that little cart and setting up all of lights and strobes and this. So when me,
oh man,
and then I got another strike against me too here. I'm black. You know what I mean?
Hey,
so
when
I show up and
that's the thing,
and I look like this, dressed like this, or my Dickies onesie, I swag out a Dickie onesuit like a motherfucker.
I don't even know what that is.
Man, the onesie with the zipper.
I ain't never seen that in my life.
Jumpsuit? Come on, man. The Dickie jumpsuit?
No,
man.
I ain't never seen it.
Man, it's just a mechanic suit that you just throw on, and they got the zipper and they got buttons. 3 buttons. And that's how I show up.
That's just tough. Yeah, it's tough.
You know what I mean? Like, you got to have certain confidence to swag out a Dickie jumpsuit. You know what I mean? First of all. But when I show up with that and one camera, and I'd be like, yo, let's get to work. They be looking at me like, you ain't got to go back to the car? You going back to the car? No, let's work. So what? Shit, go. Hey, let me look at the sun. All right, stand there. Turn a little bit. No, put your chin down. Because I'm working off the sun. If I ain't working off the sun, I can put you in the darkest corner in the room and set up all these lights and get a desired look. But when I'm working off the sun, I gotta now be able to be creative and artistic up here to say, how can we use this light? How can we use the available source of light that we have? And that's difficult, right? And then to get the desired results that I come up with, I have yet, knock on wood if you got any, so I'm not here. I don't
right
see
there
no
on the little, yeah. There we go. Yeah.
I have yet to have a client to be like, damn, that's me. All of them be like, yo, I can't believe, like, oh my God. Like, and
hey,
I
look,
share.
Look, hey, listen. Hey, Stu is a beast. Okay, when I tell you, you
know what's
like,
funny? That's my gamer tag on PlayStation.
Yeah, if you ain't never seen his work, all right, and I think you should use some B-roll on this when you edit it.
Yeah.
Hey, his work is right here, man. Tell me that shit ain't fire. Like A1 quality, all right, and that is a profession. So it's not what equipment you bring; it's the deliverables.
Mm-hmm.
How is the output? What does the product look like? And as you can see, like the product is excellent, right? And I want to give you a toast to that, brother.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it, man. Because
A1
appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
I've been watching Lamont too, because you cut my boy hair, Alin.
Yeah.
And he always talked about you. He's like, man, you need to go to Lamont's spot, man. He got everything you need, bro. Like that. I'm like, I'll go over there. You know what I mean? Eventually, when the cards and the stars align, I don't force nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't force. I like my relationships to grow organically. I like being able to watch you, what you post, your reels, your stories, talking about you going off to the school and coming back. I'm like, man, I want to work with this brother, man, because I want to be able to create something that the city of El Paso, to me, in my Stu's opinion, I'm gonna look right at the camera and say Stu's opinion, has yet to see.
Yeah.
Has yet to see. And with us already having a skin color that's not of the 99%.
And it's not even that. I think it's more that they try to put black folks in this box, right?
Yeah.
And but they also discredit.
Hooping, rapping, something dope.
They put us in. They spent billions, probably trillions of dollars making sure that everybody sees us like he just said.
Yeah.
Right, but they discredit the fact that we created the fucking internet, we created the cell phone, we created all the stoplights, you name it. I'd say a good 70% of all the things that exist in this world right now in this current modern time were created by black people, by African Americans, and also anybody within our diaspora, right? Yeah. And that's the thing too. That's another thing too. Is like I'm not gonna be the deadbeat daddy. No. I'm not gonna be.
Hell no.
I'm not gonna be the brother that's out here doing like, yeah, I might cuss. I'm a military man. But that's the only thing if you can drop. That's a problem when I say fuck you or this and that. Then I understand. You know what I'm saying? It may be against your religion. I'm
the difference is when I say fuck you, it's in all caps.
Yeah. but my thing is, man, like I think people like Stu and I, we're a kindred spirits in the space that we want to represent excellence that we know that's in our DNA. And we won't defile that by doing something that doesn't align with it. Mm-mm. And that leads into our professions. Yes. We want to be the greatest at our professions as well, because when we show up and our work shows up, then guess what? At some point, we're not saying it, but everybody else gonna say it. It's just, oh yeah, that was a black man that did that.
Yeah, they got that certain swag to it. They got that certain to it, that certain energy on it. You know what I mean? And this ain't a pro-black speech. This ain't everything I do is black speech.
Give me a second, Stu. I'm pro-black, and I'm sorry. I'm unapologetic. Everybody's okay with being, Viva Mexico, or be whatever from whatever background.
Don't put the top on that.
Yeah, whatever from whatever background that they come from. And I think you have the right to do that, and I respect and commend you for it. Yeah. Like, do that. But just because we are pro-black doesn't. And my wife is Hispanic, so by the way, so it's not a race thing. But
that's why I want to get to.
Yeah, just because we're pro-black doesn't mean that we're anti everybody else.
Right.
You know, what I mean?
I fuck with who fuck. Like I tell people all the time, because my ex-wife is white, my kids are interracial. That don't mean I forgot.
Yeah.
My side of things. I try to teach my kids my side of things and how I grew up and where we come from, how you're going to be viewed in this society, in this world. And no matter what happens as an interracial kid, you will be looked at. If you got a 1% black in you and you got black features, you're going to be deemed as black to society.
Period.
I don't care where you want to mentally tell yourself you are, but I know here I have somewhat of an uphill climb to get the shine in the pub, because everybody's going to run to that quinceañera dude that looks like them. But he may not shoot like me.
That's facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
So I understand that. It's
the same thing. It's the same thing. Me being in this city, being an elite barber, right?
Well, I like that when he used that word. So
that doesn't mean that anybody's better than me or I'm better than anybody else, whatever. But that just means that, like, it's a personal thing. Getting your haircut is a personal thing. So they're going to go to who that they can relate to the best. So that leads back to what you were saying. The experience, and then now I could get the experience and the cut at the same time. And goddamn, when we got something special here. You know what I mean? But that doesn't mean that somebody's being racist because they lean on their own and they more comfortable with their people. There's nothing wrong with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, that will hurt somebody like me and you that's in a space where we're in a city where it's like 85, 90% Hispanic.
I think it's more than that, brother.
I think so too.
I think it's mid-90s, man. If you take out Bliss, if you take out Bliss,
oh yeah, most definitely.
if you take out Bliss, bro, like if Bliss is in that population of their pool and their aggregate
but
number,
you gotta look at it like this, bro. I mean, even though it's a part of the United States now, this is Mexico, bro. This is original what Mexico was. And then, so this is a place, and here's the thing, I'm glad you brought it up, is I'm happy for the Hispanics that are in Texas primarily, but El Paso specifically because us as black people, we don't have an El Paso nowhere. You might consider, like Atlanta or something, somewhere over in the east, in the south somewhere, but it's not. We don't have places where we go and it's 90-something% us. And it's not crazy or overrun with Arabics and Asians that's working in the gas stations, working in all the shops that own all the small mom and pop shops in our neighborhoods.
That's crazy.
Right? We don't have black people do not have an El Paso nowhere in the United States, and that's fucking sad.
Yeah.
It's sad because we built this country. We built the United States. We built the infrastructure of the United States. We built a lot of the inventions of the United States. And for us to have so little of the pie, but be financially, economically so strong, it's ridiculous. That means that they put so much work in to keep us in a space where we only focus on the wrong shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's sad because we have this saying, we go to black businesses and we expect them to be fucked up. And most of the time it's true because we don't respect our businesses.
Holy shit.
We're not professional.
Brother, preach.
We show the fuck up and we okay. It's okay to come with your hood mentality into this professional establishment and think it's gonna be successful. It's not.
So what has been, if you have, I'm pretty sure you do, what has been your interactions with you being a black cinematographer and a black client calling?
Let me see. Cinematography wise, it's new. I've been working. Okay. I got experience with it.
Well, as a barber then.
What we say as a barber, I'm sorry. Like I put all my pricing and stuff online, so you can either choose to do business with me or not. That's between you and yourself. Because like if you decide to book an appointment, that's the only time I see you. So I've negated the access to my work unless, I control that real seriously. Mm-hmm. And I have a strong policy list. Hey, before you book your appointment, make sure you read and understand all this. Blah. And it's not just, if you don't show up on time, then this is what XYZ is going to happen. No, it's very equal and even because I feel like it's hypocritical to say, hey, if you don't do your part, then this is going to happen or not going to happen. And then on the other side, I don't have nothing beholden to myself and to make sure there's some guarantee. I don't do business with nobody that doesn't have any kind of guarantees. So I make sure I have guarantees. If I'm saying, hey, you got a 10-minute window, then I got a goddamn 10-minute window. And if you show up and it could be innocent. It could be I was driving and I got a flat tire on the way back, went to the store real quick and came back and I hit a flat tire. Guess what? I owe you a free haircut. But that's the thing is like you have to respect people's time, energy. Somebody went on my app 2 weeks before because normally I'm not booked between the 2-week time frame. And so if they took the 2 weeks to wait to get on my books and then I can't give them no kind of guarantees,
right? What
type of businessman am I?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's a such thing as the customer's always right. The customer is always right.
Yeah.
And if the customer is willing to pay your price, they always fucking right.
Right.
And if they willing to mind your policies,
yes, and
pay your price, then they golden. And that's what I go for.
Yeah. So for me, in my arena as a photographer, it's different. Mm-hmm. Because you may get a repeat customer. If they love their haircut, they coming back. Mm-hmm. Every 2 weeks? Mm-hmm. Somewhere around there?
Once a week, once a month.
So you getting repeat customers. You see the same faces. Yeah. I don't have that luxury.
Yeah.
So I got to get all my bread that one time.
Right.
I got one time to
You
get
gotta
it right.
get it
bro.
right. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Facts.
So they ain't coming back unless they get another quinceañera because they got a 14-year-old at home, and you know what I mean. Like, so with that, people with the same skin pigment, melanin,
Golly.
they almost assume. See, you already know
I
where I'm about
already
to
know
go.
where you going.
They already assume that because we got the same skin pigment, I owe you a hookup. I owe you something. I owe you a discount. Let me just say this. I'm gonna look right at the camera. Let me give you the discount. Let me decide if you're worthy of that. Don't ask for that off rip on consultation.
Well, it starts with this: respect the man's business.
That's all it comes down
Period.
to. Yes.
Like, hey, listen, I know you charge. I got this thing that came up. I know you charge this. All right, and I know you probably ain't gonna go for it, but bro, if you could allow me this XYZ, I can compensate you this and this that way. That I'm gonna know you respect my business.
Right.
Do you know how much weight that holds?
A lot.
Now, if you come with some old handout shit like I'm supposed to accommodate you, and you don't accommodate me up front, guess what? There's no accommodating gonna happen.
Yeah.
Nothing's gonna be accommodated.
So
except you not having what the hell you need.
yeah. It's just a slippery slope because I've had consultations with black women, black clients, and they look at my portfolio and they're like, damn, do you have anything of us, black women? And only thing I can reply is, and I try to keep it as professional as possible.
Well, we going here.
I have worked in my portfolio with those who decided to pay me.
Right. Absolutely.
Period. Money is green. That's all I see. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm going off of. I got to pay my bills.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't mind working with you, but work with me. You knew my prices. You saw the price list that's on my website and everything else. Like, so what made you decide to still hit me up after seeing that and then still ask me for a discount?
What's it called? It's called scope creeping. What's it called? Is that what it's called?
Is that what that's a new one on me.
It's called scope creeping. It's like saying, hey, I seen your prices. I'm gonna go ahead and pay that. Let's set me up with a time and can you give me like can we do like 15 more photos, 20 more photos, or this right there in the same price?
But you know who I do that for? The ones that don't ask for it.
Yeah.
The ones that don't ask for it. If you don't ask, you receive when it comes to creating and photography and creating space, right?
Hey, look, if you're really trying to get a photographer and you have a certain budget,
be upfront with that.
Be upfront. Respect their business. Let them know. I read your policies. I read your pricing. I understand. I think you're totally worth it. But
I ain't got that.
I ain't really got it.
Right.
But I'm really trying to work with you. I really want you. You
right.
know, if you can get over yourself and get rid of your ego, then guess what? Brothers like me and him, we'll work with you.
Come on, man.
We'll work with you.
I'll work with you.
Especially you're on time. It's little to no excuses. You come, you flexible. You following, the little things that we're telling you to do to make sure your photo and your product come out good. Then guess what? Then it's gonna be a good working experience.
Trust me when I tell you, and I've done it every time, 100% of the time. If you come to me, let's say you buy a package that comes with 10 photos. If you make shit seamless, easy to the point where I'm like, what's the catch? Is this real?
God damn. Not y'all, not you showed up on time.
You know what I mean?
Not everybody coordinated, everybody at the right spot, everybody communicated.
Come on.
Man, you gonna get a lot more than you bargained for.
You gonna be like, yo, I only paid you for, but you sent me, that wasn't a mistake.
And guess what?
I appreciate it.
And when a brother like me and him get bored and we have an idea, guess what we gonna hit up for to be a talent in one of our productions. One of our projects.
Come on, man. Preach, brother. Like, I've done it. And
the main thing is that though.
The crazy part is people want to collab. That's almost become like a cringe word for me, bro. Like, I'd much rather collab with a client that has already paid me full. They know what they're getting. They know my style. I know their style. I know what they're looking for. I know how easy they are to work with. So the next time I come up with a concept, I may hit you up and be like, yo, let's collab on this because I like how you moved on the last one. I like how you looked. I like how you delivered or whatever.
Yeah, you came with some ideas.
Right.
You had a natural propensity to proposing and this and that and the third. Everybody ain't got that though.
But the creep in my comments, hit that like button on everything I post.
I know. I ain't gonna get me wrong. I like that too.
I love it, but at the same time,
indicator of getting my attention.
When you gonna call me? When you gonna call me? You know what I mean? When you gonna call me? Or you looking for me to say, yeah, I appreciate you hitting that like button every time I post something. Let's collab on something. That's what it seems like a lot of them are waiting
like
for.
expect you to like because you lit. No,
Yes.
I'm sorry. Likes are free, and we appreciate the likes, and we love.
Of course,
we love the engagement.
Keep smashing it.
We love the engagement, and we're gonna probably go. I mean, I'm gonna go if you like 15 of my shit. I'm gonna find a time if I can to go like and show the same love back. So you know, we on the same even playing field here.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But at the same time, it all boils down to, do you respect my business?
Exactly.
Because I'm going to respect your time. At the end of the day, the most valuable thing is time.
Time. You can't get that back.
It's time. And our time as creatives is we're really trading our time for money. We're trading our time for your projects, the stuff that make you look good. So help us help you.
So speaking of that, this is why I know they know, we know, or should know that time is the most valuable asset that we have. They don't want your money. When you go to prison and they say no bail, that's telling you everything. I don't want your money.
Ain't nothing like bail money.
I want your time because you can't get that back. You can always earn more money. You can't earn more time. We all got an expiration date, bro. And we never know when we gonna spoil it and get thrown out. We don't know. We have no clue. And that's what we all living off of is how much time do I have to do this thing? When I go to bed at night, I'm like, bro, that was another day that I can't get back. Now it's on to the next one and I gotta create something, something different. Bro.
Another thing that ties into another thing, another concept, is I've been having a lot of conversations with people close to me. Some people I've known since like I was a kid. I was kind of brought up with them.
Mm-hmm.
Some people that I just recently, met through barbering or whatever, or through any of my video stuff. Listen, man, like this time, like he said, it's not fucking promised, man. Like if you know you have a gift, then I implore you to go ahead and take the damn chance, man. Buy the camera. Buy the website, whatever it is that you need to get the ball rolling. Mm-hmm. If you and I used an example before, if you cook the best chicken, it's something that everybody know that you do that can be monetized, and if you had that validity, if you were able to make some money from it, if you were able to get like some kind of sense of like clarity from doing it, then guess what? You probably should give it a chance. Give it a shot. This is your call to take that chance and give your talent a shot.
Yeah. So to speak on that, and I even said it in one of my other videos when I said that I gamble.
Yeah.
I got a gambling addiction.
Yeah.
And that's on me.
Yeah.
Facts. I'm gonna roll the dice every time on me.
Absolutely.
So when I was getting ready to get divorced, right, and I could sense it, bro. My spirit was just tingling, like something ain't right, man. Something is not right in this relationship. Shit wasn't right for a while, but something really ain't right now. So while I had it, I spent it. That's how I got the Lycos. That's how I got. And I invested in my equipment to get to that next spot because I knew when it was getting ready to go down, it wasn't going to go down kind of in my favor. And when I wanted it, if I wanted it, you know what I mean? So I took a lot of money from areas where I stashed it. And, as a squirrel, you kind of putting something here, putting something there, because you can kind of never know when that rainy day gonna come. I put money to the side, and I took money out from places where I didn't want to touch it, but I had to take that gamble.
Mm-hmm.
So when I took that gamble and started investing in my equipment and myself and my business and going out and get my LLC and this and that, and that's where I get upset when the clients hit you with the low ball shit. Like, you have no idea how much gamble and debt I took on to get this equipment, to get where I am, to be able to do this and do that, to move the way I move. And that took, like, that's an ultimate, like, backhanded not knowing. It ain't y'all's fault as clients, but understand that when you hitting somebody up, you don't know how far in debt they are. Don't think because you see this and see that they balling. Like, understand the fact that they may have just taken a chance to invest in themselves. And that's what I did, personally, for me. Like, that may have let out too much of my personal bag, but I just want to let people know, like, when you hit me up and you trying to lowball me, bro, that's like the ultimate slap in the face.
Yeah.
And I'm already watering down my prices because I'm from Houston.
Yeah.
I talk to other photographers in these bigger cities, and they're like, bro, like, I wouldn't even leave my house for what you charging for your top package. But I'm like, shit, like, but this market is different.
People, it's the same problem. It's the same problem. Is I think probably a good 60% of the people that be lowballing really don't know the value of what it is that they asking for.
They don't. They don't.
Right.
100%. They don't.
Listen, like, if somebody got a camera and they skill, just think about it this way. It's like, let me roll it back. Here's another example. You hire a caterer for your food event. You think, oh, I got $500 or whatever. It's not based on how much you got. It's based on how many people is there.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you got to think, they pricing it per plate. So a good price per plate is maybe like $15 to $20. That's a good price per plate. So you got to think about it in that sense. And we're going to flip back, right? Is how many photos have been taken? How much time is it being taken? And how much per hour is it worth? Right? And then you got to look at the skill. Take the product. You found that artist and you saw it, scale it to 1 to 10. If that shit is at like a 7.5 and up, you know you're going to come, the price has to be commensurate to it. So if you can respect that and come with a really a knowledge of, hey, you know, the quality I'm asking for is high, so the price is going to be high, or it's going to be a median to high, then you're in a good space. It's called expectation control. Expect for somebody that's good at what they do to charge a decent amount for it, right?
That's why you called them.
Per hour. Or if you're in the food business, per plate.
Yeah.
If per plate, if they do really good job per plate, very minimum they can do is like $20. If they're somebody with a camera, then the very minimum they can do per hour is $100 per hour. And then we're not talking about pre-production or post-production. We're not talking about how much you're going to actually pay for your photos.
Yeah.
Or you're going to pay for the whole setup and breakdown of a goddamn catering event.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to do the math.
But to even add a layer to that, let's say for quinceañera, since that's where we are, right?
Yeah.
You hire or you rent a space at, what's the name of that place right off of I-10? I can see it, but I don't know why I can't.
The one by the racetrack thing?
Maybe.
It's next to it's like a little indoor go-kart spot, and it's like
on
the left, and it's like pillars and shit.
Yes.
I know what you're talking about.
You can't. I can't call
I
a
can't
name.
remember the
Maybe
name,
it's
yeah.
probably good we don't call a name.
But a dope party space.
Yes.
Yeah.
You renting that.
Yeah.
You renting a DJ.
Yep.
You hire a caterer. All the food gonna disappear that night.
Yep.
You rent a party bus. You rent the dress, or you may buy it.
You buy it. Yeah. Every pillar of this whole thing that comes up is very commensurate of each other.
But it's temporary.
It is very temporary. Yeah.
Because in a year or so, Mihai cannot fit that dress no more that you paid $8,000 for. You know what I mean? All the food's gonna disappear. DJ gonna pull all his clothes, wrap all his shit up, and go home. Event space, when that hour, 2 hours show up, they're gonna come tap on your shoulder like, "Yo, we gotta wrap this up."
Yeah.
What's the longest lasting thing?
The photo.
The photos and the video.
And the video. Yeah.
But that's what. Guess who they call last?
Yeah.
Me and you.
Facts.
I got $500 left in my budget. Not for 5-6 hours. I can't. I'm sorry, sweetheart. I can't do that.
But here's the thing: with $500, you can look at the pricing and say, "Hey, you know what? I respect what the fuck you do. I seen your prices was this X, Y, Z." And if you come with the right attitude and you respect the business of it, and you say, "Hey, look, what can I get for this?"
Thank you. That's another layer
to
to
it
it too.
What can I look? I got $500 budget. What can I? Guess what? If I got the time, and I set the time aside to come for an hour or maybe 30 minutes or whatever.
Thank you.
That's probably gonna end up being an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yes.
And I'm gonna not feel like I'm being used because you noticed and you respected my business.
Right.
That's my thing is like, and I'm not telling y'all no cheat code bullshit. Like really, we gonna see through it. Now, hey, you know, I know you charge this. We gonna know you're on some bullshit.
Right.
But if you're not on some bullshit, you're real authentic and you really want to capture your moment, then guess what? The first thing first is to respect the business and the person behind it. We got bills to pay.
I saw a reel or a clip or somebody. I don't know who it was. I don't know why I want to say Gates. I don't think it was Kevin Gates. I don't know who it was, but it was like, it was Rick Ross.
Okay.
Rick Ross said, "Bro, man, when I got started, bro, I ain't turned down no money." Entrepreneurs, stop turning down money. If your price is this, but all they got is that, just say, "Yo, let's see what we can get for that." You know what I mean? I ain't turning it down, but be realistic for what your expectations are. If my shoot is 5, but you only got 4, you may get a picture or 2 less. You know what I mean? Like that's reasonable. I ain't gonna turn you down, but don't ask for $500 and all you got is $250 and you still want $500 deliverables.
Facts.
Coming to you. Understand the fact that I'm willing to work with you, but work with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if all you got, that's why a lot of times I ask, and it may put people off. Like they say, "Yeah, I love you. I got this. I'm like, hey, cool. What's your budget?"
Yep.
I'm sorry if that's my first question, but I have to ask it because I got to now know mentally what I need to deliver to you. If you've looked at my website and you saw my package started at $500, but you only got $250, tell me that.
Yep.
And then I'll give me the opportunity to tell you yes or no.
Right.
Okay, for $250, this is what I can do.
Yeah.
Well, I was still needing about 10. Well, I can't deliver 10 because that's my $500 package.
Well, first
or
and
whatever
foremost,
the case
understand whatever they tell you is kind of final. All right. And then if he come in or I come in and do something and we got good photos that we don't want to go to waste, guess what? We probably gonna toss it. Here you go. If we had some nice ass photos, we gonna toss it to you. But that goes for any creative.
Yes.
Seriously. We don't want, because that shit gonna sit on our hard drive. You think we want that shit? No. We don't.
No.
But if you can if you can say, you know what, and not be argumentative, get over your ego and say, you know what, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take the 10 photos, the 15 photos that come with that price point or whatever. Guess what? They're gonna say, hey, look, I found like 10 more. Here you go. I don't need them. Here you go.
My girl asked me that. She was like, "What do you do with all these photos?"
delete, because we ain't got time. We ain't got time to, we only got so much space on our hard drives.
Yep.
And guess what? And that's going to,
Yeah.
like, look, man.
Yep. So
Like,
after
seriously.
I leave one of about 6 months to a year, and if you never hit me back saying that you want them, and I started getting that warning in Lightroom saying, hey, you have almost reached your 1 terabyte of storage space.
Facts.
I start with the oldest photos and delete.
Yep.
I don't even look, because if I start looking, I start falling in love again. And they may stay. It's like cleaning out your closet of extra clothes that you don't even wear, but when you see them, you want to wear them again. You know what I mean? So it's just, I just delete them, bro, blindly. I just look at the date and I just delete into that bar move.
That's so true.
To where I have enough storage space for the next shoot. And
right.
It's just
so stop getting mad. Look.
Just delete.
So stop getting mad. Look, man, like if we are creators, entrepreneurs, and we've invested time, it's time that you don't understand. It's not time that when somebody hired us, it's not time that somebody gave us anything. It's opportunity that we created for ourselves and a knowledge base that we've cultivated over time, as well as the equipment that we've invested in.
Yes.
And guess what? It's something that you ain't never gonna be able to understand. So you got to put your ego outside of it and say, you know what? How can I respect this man's business?
Yeah.
And if you do, then you'll probably have an elite photographer like Stu here.
Ain't nobody better in the city.
You know what I'm saying?
I promise you.
And you'll probably have a lot more that you probably contracted for, because you're such a pleasure to work with.
Yeah.
But because you understand and respect the business, your own time. You don't mind paying the deposit. You're gonna pay it and you're gonna tip. Guess what? It's gonna be reciprocated.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of creative like Stu and I that are very passionate. And you can see the passion. Aim for the creativity, the deliverable, and the passion that come with it. And guess what? You're going to get somebody that you can have a lasting relationship with, that you can recommend to anybody, because you know what? Your name is attached to it.
So
all right?
Let's talk about relationship. This will be our last point. We're going to wrap this thing up, man, because we at an hour and some change right now.
Right.
As a creator, I have found out real quick, your friends and family will support you, but they're not going to ask for your business. You know what I mean? Like the friends that I have created as a photographer have been clients.
Yeah, facts.
It's crazy.
Yep.
It's super crazy how that works. Like your friends and family, oh, your little business. Oh, that's such a cute little business. Oh, I'm so proud of you for creating that little business. But they ain't never going to come by and buy your product. To date, for me, I have yet to work with family. All my clients have been strangers. And to say that, most of my clients have become some of my better friends.
Yeah, I can say that too.
Because they obviously respect what it is that I do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they come by, they pay full price, they don't ask no discounts, they love working with me, and they refer. Like the ones that I know are gonna be the dopest clients, before they leave, like, hey, you got cards?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got cards. Why?
Yeah, how you
What's
expect
up?
this pay? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I hand them a card. Oh, because I got a cousin that own this business. I can put a card here. I know somebody that need this. I got my sister-in-law has her daughter's quinceañera is in May. The graduation. Like they the ones that really promote and push.
yeah.
Your family, it seems like they just expect for you to just show up with your camera and shoot shit and give them images, give them haircuts. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy how that dynamic has now started to evolve with me.
I'm not around my family, so I would say I can't really relate, but I will say that like I can agree with the fact that a lot of my clients, first of all, you have to respect my business to get in my chair, period. So if you've already got to that point, so that's why most of my friends are my clients too.
Yeah.
And they like family. They know if they need me for something, I need to go pick them up. It don't matter. They need bail money. It don't matter.
I'm that guy.
I'm him.
Yeah.
So you know, it all starts with respect. If you can't respect me, then you can't respect my business. You can't respect me and my family.
Yeah.
Then I can't do business. I can't do nothing with you.
So
sorry.
I'm that dude that if we ain't got to sit here and say, bro, like we locked in. Like if I feel the energy that we locked in,
Yeah.
if you call me and say, bro, I'm already on the way. Keys already in my pocket. I'm on the way. You know what I mean?
Same.
It's just that's just how I am. Even if I ain't
But
got it, you gonna have it, and I'll figure out how I'm gonna get it.
Facts. Facts.
You may not even know I ain't had it to give you that
Nigga,
40, that 100 that you asked for.
Yeah, I'm like that too.
But I'm like, shit, I ain't got it, but I ain't gonna tell
But
him.
if I got it as my last and I don't need it, if I don't need it, bills is paid, and I just happen to just have the money that you asked for, I'm that type.
Right.
I'm gonna give it back.
Yeah, that's
and as soon as you give it back to me, we good. But it's the same. It's all respect, man.
But that's probably why I'm here today, bro. Because if I ain't fuck with you, I wouldn't be here.
Facts.
100. Like if I ain't feel like there was some kind of energy between us, or when we talked yesterday, if I ain't feel like we aligned on certain levels, we ain't gonna align with everything, and that's cool. But if I didn't feel like as creators we could align and we are trying to get to a certain place, I see looking around me that you trying to get to most likely the same place I'm trying to get and deliver something to the city of El Paso that they probably have never seen and experienced a day in their life. That's what I'm trying to get to, right? So when I price my work and I tell you I'm a luxury photographer, he uses the word elite.
Elite.
I use luxury. I want to be that luxury guy. I don't want to be just a picture taker. I don't want to be that guy that after the shoot, all you want is something to store in your phone. I want to deliver prints, albums, all those high-end things that you can have for a lifetime and pass to a generation and say, this is how I look, this is what and even for boudoir shoots, like, I want you to feel a certain way for the shoot. Beauty portraits the same way. So when you feeling down on a day, because this world has a way to get your ass down and then it don't feel like you ain't shit. I want you to be able to pull that album out, flip through it and be like, damn, I remember this. Oh my God, shit. Damn, I'm fine. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Or you look at on the wall and you see pictures of your family, yourself, and you're like, damn, bro, like, yeah, I want to feel that feeling again. Call me. You know what I mean? But still, like, that's where I want to get to. I don't want to be that digital guy where I send you something and I send it to you on your phone. Next time you get a new phone and it tells you you're low on memory, what's the first thing you delete? Pictures like a mother. You know what I mean? So I don't want to be that guy,